We will continue to keep you informed as this story unfolds.
It's the water. It's always been about the water. I say Los Angeles was born in 1913, same year that Mickey Cohen was born. That's the year when water was dragged kicking and screaming from up north, stolen from Owens Valley and delivered to Los Angeles. It's true. Before that, the town of Our Lady Queen of Angels was still just an overgrown pueblo in the sand. And the future obsessive-compulsive gangster and king of the Sunset Strip, Mickey Cohen, was brought to Boyle Heights as a toddler in 1916 when his mama left his daddy and moved the kids to California. That's the same year DWP laid down the water mains underneath a dirt road called the Sunset Strip. So Mickey grew up alongside this hydroponic city in the desert. The oasis luxury of water unleashed new possibilities for both of them. Mickey's mom had to scrape and scratch a life together, so his older brothers had to work. They were newsboys. And little Mickey wouldn't stay in school or out of trouble, so they let him sit on the newspaper stacks to make sure all the grown-ups paid. And Mickey never went back to second grade and never learned to read or write or add or subtract. One morning, an elderly woman walked up to buy a paper from little Mickey, and she recoiled at the sight of his dirty fingers. As he handed her a paper, she asked him if he ever washed those dirty little hands. Once she was out of sight, he ran to a faucet and scrubbed his hands clean, only to despair at how quickly the newsprint stained his fingers again, and he never was able to outrun that thought, washing his hands again and again, every day, all day, for the rest of his life. And he washed out as a flyweight boxer when he tried his luck out east in Chicago and Cincinnati, and as a young punk he'd always sport a cream-colored Stetson. After a few days, if it showed a bit of wear, he'd throw it out and buy a new one. He was always robbing and always spending his last $20 on a new Stetson. Al Capone gave him a shot as an enforcer, and he did well. But Mickey kept running his own stick-ups, and he burned so many bridges that the mob kicked him west, back to his hometown, to help Bugsy Siegel break open Los Angeles for the syndicate. And Mickey never stopped robbing, addicted to the floods of money that let him give in to his OCD tendencies, like throwing out socks instead of washing them, or changing his suits 3 times a day, or installing a hotel-sized water heater in his house for his hot showers that lasted for hours. Mickey grew into the role of a right-hand man for Bugsy Siegel as they grew the Sunset Strip into a gambler's paradise and a major source of income for the mafia. But in 1947, someone killed Bugsy with a high-powered rifle, hit him in the face through a window that had a curtain carelessly left open. So Mickey got the nod from back east that he should step in and took over a building on the Sunset Strip as a headquarters. The building had 2 levels, one above ground with several storefronts. There was Michael's exclusive haberdashery, where him and his crew got all their suits. There was a tailor and a jeweler. And below street level, around back, were the offices where Mickey's crew did the real work, running numbers. By 1948, Mickey had a small circle of captains, and there was a new recruit, Fratiano, that joined after a stint in prison. And on August 18th, 1948, Fratiano brought his wife and daughter over to the haberdashery. You see, Mickey always bragged that he could get tickets for anything, so Fratiano took him up on it, asking for 3 tickets to Annie Get Your Gun. That's when it all went Disneyland. This was all a pretext. See, Fratiano acted like he was in Mickey's crew, but he was working for a rival. He was a traitor. Maybe Fratiano was sweating the hit because he was involving his own family and not thinking straight, or maybe he didn't know about Mickey's OCD tendencies, but Fratiano's mistake was shaking hands with Mickey as he was thanking him for the tickets. Mickey watches him go and can't outrun the thought of Fratiano's germs spreading all over his hand. He beelines it to the backroom shitter, washing his hands as fast as he can. Fratiano leaves down Palm with his family in tow. He doesn't look back and signals to the hitman in the Panama hat. When the shooting starts, Mickey is still washing his hands. His man Slick is sitting in Mickey's office and even kind of looks like Mickey, so he gets blasted first. Once the shooting starts, Mickey hits the floor of the bathroom, his overflowing fear of death greater than his fear of germs, and he jams his foot against the bathroom door, and he waits. Another muffled blast is heard as his man Jimmy takes buckshot to the ear, but his right-hand man Hooky gets killed. He was outside, parking the boss's caddy, and he ran towards the gunshots. And as the hitman in the Panama hat's leaving, he points his shotgun in Hooky's face, and Hooky fails to bat it away quick enough and eats the buckshot. Panama Hat and his two henchmen didn't stick around long enough to figure out they hit Slick, not Mickey. They should have gone all cowboy and shot up the bathroom, but they didn't finish the job. They didn't flush.